Hello, this is Greg Berzinsky for Beardbrand Alliance. Let's talk about texture, beard texture. Do you have a wavy beard or curly? Here on Beardbrand, we dive into grooming and we look at ways that you can present yourself to the best of your ability. And a lot of times we're talking about tightening up your beard, whether it be from getting a beard trim or the way you style it, what products you're putting into it, and how you're handling it. And a lot of times we see guys on the channel grooming their beards by just applying beard oil or utility balm or some styling balm, wash and wear and go. A lot of other times guys will use a round brush and a blow dryer to coax some of the wave out of their beard or to roll it under. And I've made some videos before, and I've actually talked about this before. I have a kind of a combination beard. As it's getting longer, there's a little bit of wave, but for the most part, my beard is pretty straight. So why is my beard straight when compared to someone like Carlos, who has a wavier, curlier beard, someone like Ben, whose beard is very, very curly? So why is that? So a lot of that has to do with the shape of the hair follicle. We'll touch on that in a minute. But I have a straight beard, and the front of it tends to be a little straighter than the sides, which have a little bit of wave. My intent has always been just to not so much straighten my beard as to give it some control. And so at no point am I saying that having a straighter beard is preferable over having a very curly beard. I actually think they're all great. And actually, I have a little beard envy when it comes to guys that have really curly beards. And one of the things, when you have a curlier beard, it actually can appear to be denser. So when you have wave in your hair, or when you actually have curls in your hair is going to be, your beard will have a denser appearance. So if you think about it, say you have very, very curly hair and your hair is out to here, and you look like you have a massive head of hair, and then you have it straightened. You see a lot of women who do this. They have their hair straightened, and all of a sudden it looks like they have half as much hair. And so that's because the hair, when it curls up, is giving a sense of volume, and you're actually not being able to see through it as much as when it is straight. So the hair texture has a lot to do with how dense your beard can appear. So back to me, I have this straight beard, and I walk around saying, hey, I have a medium amount of medium textured hair. And wouldn't it be great if my beard had more texture? And what would my beard look like if it was legitimately curly? So we're going to do a little experiment in a bit, and I'll show you what my beard looks like, or what it would look like, simulation of what it would look like if it was really curly. So back to the little science portion of this, your hair follicles typically are round. So starting at the root, growing to the tip, they are round like a column, and they just grow. The more cylindrical, the more perfect circle shape your hair follicles are, so picture your finger being a circle, and cross section of that would be a circle. If they are, the closer they are to a circle, the straighter your hair is going to be. And then the more elliptical in shape, so flatten that circle down a little bit, you start getting an ellipse. When you get an ellipse, the beard hair will tend to wave. And if your beard gets very elliptical, so picture it getting flatter, wider, and flatter, the more it is wide and flat, the more curly your beard is. Let me show you an example. So I took a piece of paper here. We have a flat piece of paper simulating hair. And you might have done this with gift wrapping. You take your scissor across the wrapping or across the ribbon, and you can curl it up. So these were flat follicles. Picture the elliptical follicle from before. It tends to curl up easily. Now if you take a round follicle, say simulated by this piece of paper, there's a lot of strength in the shape of a column. And you can't do this with this. It doesn't curl, and it tends not to curl unless you apply heat or pressure to it. So the flatter your hair is, the more elliptical in shape, the more likely it is to be curly. So that's the difference in hair texture. So people who have very, very curly beards have very elliptically shaped hair follicles. People who have very straight beards tend to have very circular hair follicles. It's just different. It's, you know, it's just the way it is. Is one better than the other? No, they're all good. There's beauty and in all types of beards. And, you know, on Beardbrand, we want you to feel comfortable with what you got. So back to the beard envy thing. What if my beard was particularly curly? So we're going to do a little experiment here. I'm just going to apply a little curling iron. I got a very small curling iron. It is 1/4 inch in diameter. And I'm going to curl my beard. And we're going to take a look at it. Poker straight. You can see it right now with a little bit of wave and very curly. And I want to show you the difference between when it's straight and when it's curly and what it looks like. There is quite a difference. Stay tuned. That's the beard curly. You can see the difference between where it was when it was wavy, where it was when it was straight, and how much shorter it gets if it was curly. Does this simulate really a curly beard? Not quite. I see very few guys who actually end up with ringlets in their beard. I know a few guys who actually do naturally have curls in their beard, which I think looks awesome. But the denseness of my beard is significantly improved by having more texture. You can see the denseness. You can't see through this at all when it's wavier, curlier, considerably more dense. As you've seen from that little experiment, you can see how dense my beard looks when it's curly. And another thing is, when you have curly hair, your hair, you know, my beard is representing probably about 9 months worth of growth here. It's about 4.5, yeah, it's actually over 4 inches. It's probably 9 inches, 9 months, which is 4.5 inches of growth. You can see it's coming down to this length. And when it's shorter, it springs up here. So if you picture this piece of paper, comparing the straight piece of paper to the curled piece of paper, it's just going to get shorter looking as it curls. So your beard will appear shorter the wavier and the curlier it is. So a lot of times it's a challenge because guys say, hey, I've been growing my beard for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It's nowhere as long as this guy's. A couple of factors there. Everyone's hair growth is not quite the same. On average, about half of an inch a month. But the curlier your beard is, and we're talking if you have really corkscrew curls in your beard, it's going to appear much, much shorter than a guy who has straight hair. Just different makeups in the shape of that hair follicle. So just be aware of that when you're looking at other guys and say, hey, I've been growing my hair just as long as he has, and why isn't my beard, why isn't my head hair as long as theirs? A lot of that has to do with that hair follicle shape. So what did this experiment prove for me? And well, it showed me that my beard, in fact, does look more dense when it's curly. You can't see through it as much. The hairs intertwine with each other. Picture like a briar patch or thicket of bushes. It's more difficult to see through that. If you have straight rows, it's more easy to see through that. So yeah, my beard looks thicker and denser if it was wavier. Is that preferable? If I had that beard, it would be great. I have this beard. I'm happy with this one. So I'm going to work with what I have. Would I be applying that kind of technique to my beard? No. It's just for this experiment. You might want to try that to see what you look like. I'm very curious, going out in public like that, what people would think of me with that kind of dense curly beard. Maybe we'll try that. I'll go out in public with that curly beard to see what kind of response I get from my friends and family. So comment below. Tell us if you have a straighter beard, wavy beard, curly, and if you've noticed that your beard appears to be shorter than the other guy because it's curly. Interested in reading your comments? And as always, thank you for following along. Until we meet again.
Stop. Before you watch the next video, let me tell you, you are worth it. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you deserve to invest in yourself. You deserve to pamper yourself. You deserve to take care of your skin, your hair, your beard, and Beardbrand has your back with products, not just for your hair, your beard, and your skin, but also for your mind.